There you are.
Hi everyone, Sarah here with the paper cut. It is Thursday night. Okay, there I am. I see myself.
My sound's off.
Oops, and I have sound. So yay, everything is working. We're here on Thursday night. This weekend on Saturday we have our crafters classroom, and unfortunately I did not look to see what time it's at. It's either, can you go to crafters classroom?
Yes,
Mom?
I will.
Okay. It should be like right tagged near the top. So crafters classroom is on Saturday. I want to say it's at either noon or 1 Central Time. I still have to do my email. I usually get those out to you at least a day ahead. I meant to do it today, but it'll be tomorrow. And I'll show those cards in a little bit. But then next week we have our lifetime.
The paper cut is on from 2 to 3.
Okay, 2 to 3 Eastern. So that means we're 1 o'clock Central Time.
Okay.
So on Saturday, Crafters Classroom, we're doing shaker cards. I'll show those in a little bit. And then next week, Thursday, we're doing our life milestone cards. So retirement card, graduation card, baby card, and wedding card. So, and there's like a couple different things like the retirement, because I don't think I've sent a retirement card ever in my life. So I have different words for that one. But we'll show you those in just a little bit. And let's go. Just hang on. I was going to say that. My mom's like, I'm going. So anyways, I found a technique, and I didn't find it. I just came across it, and I can't even remember where. It might have been on Stamp Junkies, or else it was on Split Coast Stampers with the resist technique on Glossy. And I thought, we'll give that a whirl. So that's what we're doing tonight. And I kind of have a backup, maybe, just in case it doesn't work. But let's go down to the table and look at cards for upcoming classes first.
Okay. There. You're
Okay. So these are the 2 shaker cards for Crafters Classroom. This one's using our frame. This one's using a Stamplistic stamp where I cut out the center of the flower. So if you have that, I'll do an email and you'll get that soon. I do have some kits left of that. And then we're doing our lifetime cards. So, and the wedding card, here's the kit. But Leah came into the shop today on her way out of town and needed a wedding card. So the quickest one I could find was our sample for this class. She approved. So that'll be on next week, Thursday. But we also have, and the wedding could also be an anniversary card too, because it's got a congratulations or it's got a happy wedding in there. So this could be a shower card, a wedding card, or an anniversary card. But you don't get to see the done one today because I gave it away. And then we have our graduation card, which is our slider card. So we'll do that. This one you'll need the cloud stencil if you have it. But yeah, I'll send a supply list coming up. I mean, it's in your kit, but. And then we have our baby card. This one you don't really need anything. And this one could be for a baby shower or a new baby. And then our retirement card, which is this one. I was looking for something because we just did a man's golf one that you could use for retirement. So this one I was trying to make it so it could be for a woman, or a guy. But if you don't do retirement, you're also going to get the words that do what brings you joy. Do what brings you joy. So then you could just use this for a different type of card. You don't have to use it for retirement. So I like to give you a few different options, in case you're never going to use that card. You can always put a different sentiment on it. So let's go. I'm already at the table.
Yeah. You just mixed me up here.
Yeah. I'm trying to screw my mom up. So anyways,
that's not hard to do these days.
The technique that I saw was using wax paper. So I literally texted my mom this morning and I said, can you bring some wax paper to work? And she did.
I didn't even know I had wax paper in the drawer, Sarah, till I looked.
And it's using an iron and Glossy. So
I don't even think I have an iron. Oh, yeah, I do.
Well, this is your iron. I found it.
Oh,
my
okay.
mom and I were cleaning some stuff out and we found this. So that's kind of what made me think of it.
Okay.
Because we found this recently. And then I'm like, oh, I could try that. So anyways, it's glossy cardstock. Glossy is glossy on one side and it's non-glossy on the other. Glossy you can use for alcohol inks, but you don't get like the bubbly because the ink does eventually soak into the glossy cardstock. On a non-glossy cardstock, it soaks in right away. Dye-based inks. On a glossy cardstock, it's going to take a little bit to dry. With stamping on glossy, I like to use Stays-On because that dries quicker, or embossing. But yeah, alcohol inks will work on these. You just don't get the effects that you do like on Yupo because the inks soak in. So anyways, but what are we going to do with this? So
We're going to experiment.
yeah, we're going to experiment. But so wax paper, crumple it up. And this is just to give you a background. And I have to make sure I have paper towel in here. I do. Okay. And I have dye-based ink pads. So anyways, we crumpled up our wax paper. And like I said, I played with this a little bit this afternoon. And I was just like, I don't know. But you guys are always so supportive of me doing my little playing around stuff. So I thought, okay, we'll just go for it. Because you know I'm a go for it kind of gal. So I have the glossy side up. I have my wax paper. Now, and the other thing is I just watched the video. I was not listening to it.
I think it went through high school that way.
So anyways, I'm going to put my glossy side down. But yeah, I was on a computer that didn't have sound. And so yeah, I just watched it. I'm like, I can do that. And then I don't know if there's a time that you're supposed to iron this. So this is, we're ironing our wax paper in between here. And the theory is that the wax comes off onto your paper and then we'll give you a resist technique. So you guys probably can't see that. I can see a pattern on here and you're going to see that in just a little bit. And this one you might be able to see a little bit better. Can you see that pattern on there or not? Is it too white on white?
It's kind of white on white, at least on this screen.
On that screen, okay. So anyways, it doesn't matter because we are going to take an ink pad, a dye-based ink pad. Everybody cross their fingers.
Anything else you want to cross?
So let's give this a whirl. And I'm just taking a dye-based ink pad, dragging it across there. Oh, yeah, it did at least semi-work. So dye-based inks don't dry on there right away. It's going to stay, I'm actually going to leave this end part. Actually, it dried fairly quick on there, on the edge where it wasn't as thick. But then you're going to take a paper towel and you're going to wipe that off and look at that cool background that you have on there. So
Oh
just
my gosh.
something different. Can you see that
Yes.
on the screen?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, it's just the wax melted on the paper and then the ink is resisting where the wax is. And because we crumpled it up, that's how we get this funky design. So you're probably going to get a different design no matter what you do, but it's specifically because the wax is on there. Yeah. Oh, I'm happy with that.
Mhm.
So
Me too.
let's look at this one. I'm just going to try a different color. I'm actually going to try a color and see if this will match one of our new stocks. So because we have some, and you can probably do different colors. Oh, I don't know if this one's going to work. So hang on, because I don't see this one. And it might make a difference on whether it was on the, yep, this one did not work as well. Okay, well there, we found something out. I either left it too long or it's a different type of ink pad. Huh. Okay, so let me just go back. I'm going to see if I can just try a different ink pad. because the first ones I used were just a dye-based ink from Rubbernecker. The second ones that I used, okay, see, I think that this was the Rubbernecker ink pad. Oh, that one, it did come out a little bit more. So the first, yeah, it did come out. The first ink pad that I used was the hybrid ink, and it was either not dark enough, or it was the hybrid ink versus the dye-based ink. So the question is one side of the wax paper more waxy? I don't know. That could be it too. So maybe the side, well, we're going to just play with it some more. We're going to take this, we're going to turn it around. And I also don't know if you get a better impression on the one that's down or the one that is closer to the iron. So we're going to keep track of that this time. So I brought more wax paper.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Actually, I might go, I've got a Distress Oxide ink here too, so let's give that a whirl in just a minute. So yeah, I don't know where my mom got this little iron, but it's super like cute.
I don't remember either, but
I think it's like
I
a
probably
craft
bought
iron.
it at I probably bought it at a show, a quilt show.
It actually says Euro Steam, and I don't know what kind it is.
Yes, because I have my big steam iron that I have at home.
Because she used to go to quilt shows. Okay. And maybe you didn't want to take your big iron to the quilt show, so.
Well, no, I think I got that one along with the big one.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we were cleaning out up in the front of the shop, kind of where the warehouse sale is, and we came across this little iron, and you actually had it in like your rummage sale stuff. Mm-hmm. And I kept it.
Well, I think I have another one. I think I have another one in my quilted card stuff too, Sarah.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways. So, yes, like I said, I'm just starting with this technique, so I don't know, but that's a good question whether one side of the wax paper is waxier or not. And if it is, I don't know how you tell.
I don't either. Wax paper. Let's go look that up.
The one that was down is this one. The one that was up is this one. Yeah, my mom's going to look up whether it has different wax paper has two different sides. We'll find out. So, got to get more paper towel.
Well, apparently,
so what's the verdict?
Apparently, not all of it is.
Not all of it's what?
Double-sided.
Oh, okay. So this is a Distress Oxide ink, and I can see it's working.
Which? Oh, you're talking about. Never mind.
Yep. So that's the downside with the Distress Oxide. Now let's use the exact same ink on the upside of the wax paper and find out what happens. I'm sure you can do like stripes with different colors and stuff like that would be fun. Okay, so let's try and wipe that off. So it actually, I think, worked equally well on both sides. So whatever wax paper I have, it's two-sided. So, cool. I thought that was kind of cool. I don't use glossy paper very much. So when I saw this, I was like, well, that's a cool technique on glossy paper. With the cool little iron. Maybe at the warehouse sale, I should do a technique where they could do this, or a card where they can do this. Anyway, warehouse sale. Somebody asked me about the warehouse sale. So the warehouse sale is both virtual and in person. The in-person version is on the 15th, is Friday, and then that's where classes are on Friday, September 15th, and then the sale is on the 16th. So, but yeah, I might do that where I do one of these cards because we could do it in person. Actually, we could do it where you guys do it at home too as a Fun Time Thursday. Okay. I am going to stamp on here.
That was let's see, that was cut right wax paper that I used today too, Sarah.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Pat Mayor Selhoff said some generic wax paper no longer has wax in it.
Really?
Really?
Okay.
So some of them are silicone
Good to know.
papers.
Oh, did you guys notice? Look at, I got my nails done this weekend, which I never get my nails done. They're a lot longer than what I normally have, and they're sparkly. And I'm having a heck of a time like picking up a piece of paper, which is probably not good when you work with paper and magnets and stuff like that. So let's just see. I think I did pull out a couple stamps because I thought this might be nice. A silhouette stamp might be nice on top of it now. So let's see. But yeah, I rarely get my nails done, and Leah, our daughter, gave me a mani-pedi date for Mother's Day.
That was a great idea.
It was a
I
great
love
idea.
That's super.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm not going to lift my feet up and show you my ugly toes, but they are much prettier that they're colored. So, supposedly, and I did test this just a little. I did not test it with a big stamp, but when I was kind of playing with it this afternoon, I tested it with just a little stamp. So now I'm testing it with a solid silhouette stamp. We will see. And I'm using Stays On ink, so it dries.
So let's talk a minute about the
About what?
honor flight that we did last night.
Last night, we went, Brian, who works here, his dad is a Korean War vet and took the Old Glory honor flight yesterday. So yes, last night we went to the airport and we welcomed home all the vets. Now, if they have one of those in your area, you should really go to it. Even if you don't know anybody, you should just go, because it is just an amazing experience. And I actually want to go again, you know, when I don't know anybody, and just enjoy the whole thing. So I mean, I did enjoy the whole thing, but I was, you know, trying to take some pictures of Brian and his dad and stuff.
So the next one in Appleton is the 7th of September. So there are 4 more this year in Appleton.
In Appleton? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, if they have those by you, you should really try and go once. So I see a little bit of white through there. If I embossed, like if I'd used a different ink pad and embossed it with black, it would be more solid. It would be a little bit raised. You guys might not be able to see the difference that I'm seeing, because I'm seeing just a little bit of white through there, and I don't know if that's because of the ink and the wax behind it. I'm not sure. But I do kind of like it, so I'm going to set it aside. Yes, Kathy says a moving experience. It is a very moving experience.
Oh my gosh, was it ever?
Yeah, so It was awesome. I do highly recommend it. You know, it's supporting the vets, you know, and it's a nice thing to do. So, okay, let's set this one aside for a minute. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to set it aside. I want to do a different one, because I had this one that's like a dad and 2 kids, and I thought that would be kind of cool for a Father's Day card. So let's just see if we could get that one to come out too.
So if anybody ever has anyone that's going on an honor flight, I do make up some certificates and some postcards that you can get ready for the mail call. So just ask, because I'm more than happy to do that for you.
Yeah, we said after we found out that Brian's dad was going, because it was kind of last minute, my mom came in and she was like, "Oh, I have something," and she had her certificates on her computer from when she would do those for other people through the cafe. So yeah, if you know anybody, she's already got them like all set up. And they passed out the certificate for people to sign, and then they passed out postcards for people to write letters and stuff. So my mom loves doing that stuff and helping out, so she'd be more than happy to hook you up, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. And you just need to tell us their name, what type, what branch of service they were in, and whether they were part of World War II, the Korean conflict, or Vietnam War. And then we personalize that certificate for them.
I think what I'm going to do, just to interrupt you for one
That's
second,
okay.
I'm going to, I think I'm going to go get my black powder and see if I can emboss this. Even though it stays on, I don't think it dries super duper fast.
Oh, I
So let me
love
just try that really quick.
Love those images.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
So I'm going to have Sarah post those certificates on her, I don't know, either on her Facebook page or her, yeah, probably on the Facebook page, someplace along the line. And then if you need some, just let us know and we'll print them up for you, get them out to you.
Okay.
She's back.
I'm back. I might actually commingle my ink for a minute. Don't do this at home.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Because I know the VersaFine Clear will stay wet really long, so yeah, don't practice that at home.
Sarah, Marian Phillips says, why don't you teach us how to do the cards and certificates on a Thursday?
Well, because they're actually done on the computer.
Yeah. We could,
We could print off some images and make stuff
Yeah.
like that, but
that's a good idea, Marian. We'll see what we can do.
okay, so that did work, so let me just see if I can get my heat tool out. It's right over here. My mom was using it. Just kidding. But it was over by her, so I was going to blame it on her.
Yeah.
So I just wanted it solid black, so now we're just going to try this. I mean, this one's nice, but there's something to be said about a silhouette that is like totally... I like that. Okay, so now I've got two different ones. I'm kind of afraid to touch her because I don't want her to smooge. You know, technical term, smooge.
Smooge, that's for sure.
Yep. Okay, so now let me get my little trimmer out and we'll trim and we'll try not to smooge my girl.
Wendy Little said she did this technique lots of years ago and she forgot about it. So she's glad you did it.
Yeah, I'm almost sure that I was on, I'm almost sure that I got an email from Split Coast because I'm signed up for their emails, and every once in a while, you know, I'll see something on there and be like, whoa, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I thought, yep, I don't use Glossy hardly at all. So I thought that would be a good one to...
What was that? Oh, that's
What?
your squeaky...
That's my little...
That's your squeaky wheel.
Yeah, it's my little trimmer. So I'm going to layer that one on a card, and we'll layer this one on a card too. Let's see. Let's make this 5 1/8, or even a little bit. Let's make it 5 inches, actually. You can tell I'm being like super careful not to touch her. Okay, so we've got two little panels. I could actually make her even smaller. Gee, see, my fingernails, I can't pick up paper. It's driving me nuts. But I love them. I don't get my nails done that often, so I was like, you know, A, it was being with my daughter, and B, it was just fun to do. And feel a little
Building
bit,
memories, it just
a little
can't...
bit
Yeah.
pampered.
So I got lots of ideas for dances for next year's. One of them is a rumba, dancing to Queen's These Are the Days of Our Lives. If you have never watched that,
Watch what?
Queen's version, Queen's last recording that he did. He did that recording when he was very, very sick and winding down his life. But it's an amazing song.
So I'm just going to cut a little black layer to go around there. I think I will. Oh, I'm nervous about turning it over.
Oh,
And I don't want to touch it. It's a little bit.
she is so cute.
Yeah, it's a little bit tacky. So I'm going to just cut without attaching her. And then I'm going to do something I normally don't do, which is putting my adhesive on the top layer on the front of it instead of on the back of what I'm attaching.
Use another piece of paper to move your papers. Yeah, that's a good idea, Pat.
Use another piece of paper, what?
To move your papers, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Get it underneath.
Because my nails are, I'm just not used to them. I think the last time I had my nails done was when the kids got married.
So, Sarah, Pat Sturgis said, I'm sure you've said this before, but what is your tool for holding down your unmounted stamp?
Oh, the tool for holding down the stamp. This is the Tonic platform. It's the Tonic Studio. This is the mini one. I have another one in here that's a different brand. And this one is nice. This one's from My Sweet Petunia. And this one you can do wider stamps.
Oh.
You know, this one you can fudge around and do like a slim line, but it's really only like 6.25 by 6.25. Where this one you could do like a slim line one. And this one's from My Sweet Petunia.
Heat set the girl with the heat gun, Sarah. Does that work?
Oh yeah. Duh.
Duh.
I did have my heat gun right out.
Tim Holtz tonic, yeah.
So, I wish I would have embossed her, but oh well.
Have you timed how long it takes the ink to dry?
Well,
fast if you use a heat gun.
Yeah, and it was pretty dry because when I stuck my finger on top of it, it was just a little bit tacky. I just didn't want to turn it over. So this one I am going to turn over and mount right away. But yeah, some techniques are like super old and they come back. So even before, what am I trying to say? Alcohol inks were a thing that Tim Holtz did not invent. I was doing Pantone inks, and they were basically the same thing. And that was even before Tim Holtz was in the craft industry.
He came to my shop one time, Sarah. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of techniques that have been out there, and they're just coming around again, and it's like they're totally brand new. Because there's new crafters that have never seen
Everything
them.
old is new
Yeah,
again.
everything old is new.
Except me.
Because you're not old. That was the right answer.
Sarah, that was a good answer, Sarah. Do you remember when I said, I thought your dad and I were going to grow old together, and you said to me, but Mom, you did.
Okay, there's that. So let's attach the little girl on there too.
I love that. That's a great memory. Oh. And you're right, we did. We sure did.
You did.
Oh my
And
gosh.
you had fun doing it.
Yeah. I said, we were married 50 odd years, and some years were odder than others.
So now this stamp, this Do What Brings You Joy, is actually the one that you're getting in the kit for the retirement. And we are going to I had a scrap of it, so I'm using it on this card. But But yeah, so you'll get that in your kit and you can use that instead of the Happy Retirement if you're just like, you know what, nope, don't need that.
See, I see nobody's apparently having problems tonight, and or nor did you last week on the virtual class page. Now, I wonder what Facebook did to help alleviate that issue.
I don't know, but that's
It's-
good. We like it that nobody's having
Yep.
trouble. So hang on, I'm just going to trim this a little bit shorter, and then I'm going to trim it after I get it on the card, but I don't want to put foam tape on too much. So here, I'll narrow down where my foam tape goes. And that's way more foam tape than I normally use, but
Emily Henry has one of those little irons for quilting.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
So do what brings you joy. Everybody should do that. And I am going to just trim this to match. Oops, I should trim from the back. I can see better.
I think that iron cost me beaucoup dollars.
Boku dollars?
Beaucoup dollars.
Like a lot of dollars?
Like
you
a
mean?
lot of dollars.
Hmm.
Which is funny for a lady that doesn't iron.
Yeah.
I just thought it was the nicest thing. I probably used it more in my restaurant to steam out some tablecloths sometimes, or in my boutique for steaming out clothes when I got them in.
So I could put this right on the green, or I could do one more little layer of white, which I will do because you guys know that I'm like layering. I like to layer a lot. So, but this time I can attach it on. So I'll put a little white on there just to pop it up a little. Well, I'm glad tonight ended up turning out okay, because really when I left here at 3 o'clock, I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, now you can get the Euro Pro Professional steam iron for $230, and I think I paid lots more than that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, that's a lot for an iron.
I know, and you can get it from Amazon for, well, Amazon's not always the best deal, but
If you have a little quilt store near you, definitely shop there.
yeah,
Support small business.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I like it with the little bit of white just to pop that. I could have put it right on the green, which is our sour apple, but I didn't. But wasn't that a quick and simple card for not having a card really planned?
Look at you go. Oh my gosh.
Right before I got here, I went and pulled this color green because earlier when I was practicing, I did that color green and I was like, okay. And then I found these are silhouette stamps from Impression Obsession. Now, unfortunately, they don't have their red rubber anymore. You may still have some or any silhouette stamp. Silhouettes don't work great with clear, which is kind of a bummer. So, but maybe she'll do some silhouettes in her monthly kit. So hang on just 1 second. I'm going to try and get this one mounted. Now, we have our two new shades of blue. Actually, a lot of our new Lessable colors came in. So, and I'm still working on a variety for them because I'm still waiting on a couple. But this is a color that is very, like, none of the paper mills have it. Like, they had all kinds of fun colors and then they got rid of them. They went to all the same types of colors. So when we got the papers from this new mill, it's like a steel blue. It's really pretty. So I think it'll go on there just fine. But yeah, there's steel blue, which I think the dark one is steel blue, and I think this one's misty blue.
That looks like cornflower blue.
So
Yeah. Pretty papers.
yeah, they're very pretty. Or there's or I could put it on cement. So I might do it on cement, but I have to get my score pal out. We do have the scored cards, but and those are already done already, the scored cards. I don't have the scored cards online. But we do have the scored cards done. And pretty soon I'll put a variety together of all of the new colors. And oh, it'll just be so much fun to have all those new colors.
Nice to have papers coming in that are fresh and
Yep.
different. Especially after this last couple of years when papers have been so hard to get.
Yeah, so to have this whole new line. Right now I think we have 39 colors in. And we're still waiting for 5 more. A few of those are ones that they originally started with that will discontinue. So then I think when it's all said and done, 39, we're waiting for 5 more, that's 44. I think there's just a couple that are going away. And then I think we'll end up with like 42. So this doesn't quite, I need something behind there. And for me, you know, mirror card will do it. Or Miri Sparkle. Hang on, I've got stuff sitting right here by me. So a little silver and blue. So I do need to put a word on here yet, but I'm not sure what that word will be. So I'm going to leave a little bit of room at the bottom.
I think there's an honor flight that goes out of EAA too, Sarah, or comes back into EAA.
Well,
That's always a fun one too. The end of July.
oh, I cut that one too short. Darn it. I have to cut the other side too short too, just to even them out. Okay. Done cutting, Sarah. Well, not really, because that bottom's not making me happy, but okay. I'm just going to attach that on there, and then we will wait for a sentiment to be able to put down here. So I won't finish this one quite yet. But you get the idea, and hopefully you have something new to do with your glossy paper. If you're like, I don't know why I bought that, now you have something that you can say, hey, now I know what I'm going to do with it. Just something different background. So, anyways, thank you for joining me tonight. We'll see some of you on Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time or 2 Eastern, or if you're Mountain and Pacific, then go back even more. And then we'll see you next week, Thursday. So thanks for joining me tonight, guys. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.